Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on the buyback of equity shares. We know that on the formation of a company, it raises the required capital by issuing shares. Whenever the company is in need of more capital, it raises it by issue of additional shares to the public or to the existing shareholders. But when a company finds that it has surplus capital, it can reduce the capital by paying back a portion of the amount received from the shareholders. And this returning of the amount to shareholders by complying with the legal provision is called buying back of shares. In this video, we will see the meaning of buyback of shares. We will see the journal entries and accounting treatment at the time of buyback of equity shares, and also we'll see one of the problems solved in case of buyback of equity shares. As I mentioned, buyback of equity shares means the acquisition or repurchase of its own shares by a company for cancellation and nullifying the shares after fulfilling all the provisions in the Companies Act. So the company needs to fulfill the provisions which are set in the Companies Act in order to make this buyback of equity shares. So the amount is returned to the shareholders after complying with the legal provisions. So this image shows us how buyback and issue of shares are happening. The company issues shares to the people, they purchases it and they become the shareholders of the company. The shareholders gives back the shares, or the company buys back the shares from the shareholders and return them the money. So this is the process which is happening here. As you know that there are certain conditions for the buyback of shares, or the provisions which are laid down in the Companies Act for the buyback of shares. So it should be authorized by the Articles of Association of the company. For the case of buyback of shares, a special resolution must be passed in the general meeting. Then buyback should not be more than 25% of the paid up capital and free reserves. The company cannot buy back all of its shares. It should not be more than 25% of the paid up capital. And after the buyback, the debt equity ratio should not exceed 2:1. Then another important point that we have to keep in mind is only fully paid up shares can be acquired in the case of buyback of shares. Then there are certain regulations and guidelines issued by the SEBI. The company needs to comply with all the guidelines issued by the SEBI with regards to buyback of shares. And once the shares are brought back, what should be done is either it should be extinguished or it should be physically destroyed within 7 days from the date of buyback. And then after the buyback, the company shall not make any further issue of same kind of shares within a period of 6 months from the completion of the process of buyback. Then if in case a company is a defaulter company, that means the company has not provided the repayment of deposits or term loans or debentures or preference shares, then such companies cannot buy back their shares. Then regarding the buyback of shares, a company can buy back its shares out of free reserves, securities premium account, or proceeds of any shares or other specified securities. So this is one of the most important conditions that we have to keep in mind in the purview of buyback of shares. So it can either buy back its shares out of free reserves or securities premium account, or the proceeds of any shares or other specified securities. So these are some of the conditions, and another important point that we have to keep in mind at the time of buyback of equity shares is where a company purchases its own share out of free reserves, a sum equal to the nominal value of the shares so purchased shall be transferred to the capital redemption reserve. So if the buyback is done out of reserves, free reserves, then an amount which is equal to the nominal value of the shares should be transferred to the capital redemption reserve. So these are the important conditions that we have to keep in mind at this point of time. Now we'll move to the accounting treatment regarding the buyback of equity shares. So when we come to the accounting treatment, we know that it is similar to the treatment of redemption of preference shares, except that the proceeds of fresh issue of debentures are also considered in buyback of equity shares, fresh issue of debentures. But in the previous case, that is redemption of preference shares, it is not considered. Okay. So one important point that we have to consider during the accounting treatment is if the payment made is more than the face value, then the difference between the face value and the payment is debited in the securities premium account or reserves. So this is the case where buyback of equity shares happens at premium. So when the buyback happens at premium, the extra amount, the difference amount should be debited to the securities premium account or the reserves account. Okay. Then second point is if it is in the opposite case, that means if the payment made is less than the face value, then the difference is credited to the capital reserve. That is in the case of buyback at discount. So when buyback happens at discount, the difference amount should be credited to the capital reserve account. That means the discount amount should be credited to the capital reserve account. So let's see the journal entries one by one. So we know that at the time of buyback of equity shares, the buyback can be done either by the fresh issue of shares or debentures, or it can be done out of free reserves or securities premium account, etc. So first we will see what is the journal entry in the case of issue of fresh equity shares or debentures to raise the fund for buyback. Okay, so the first entry will be bank account debtor to share capital or debentures account. Say for example, 5,000 10% preference shares are issued for the buyback purpose. Then we will record it as bank account debtor to 5% preference share capital account. Okay, so this is the first case. Then second case is if the buyback is done from free reserves or securities premium account, we know that as we mentioned in the conditions, an amount which is equal to the nominal value of shares should be transferred to the capital redemption reserve. So the journal entry goes like P&L account debtor, P&L account or reserves or securities premium account debtor to capital redemption reserve. Sometimes there will be a situation like a portion of equity shares are bought back with the help of fresh issue of shares, preference shares or debentures, and the remaining portion will be bought back with the help of free reserves or securities premium. So at that point of time, according to the situation or context, we need to pass the journal entries. Okay, so now we'll see the journal entries for buying back. So first we saw the journal entries for raising the funds, either out of fresh issue or out of free reserves and securities premium. Now we will see the journal entries for buying back. So if in the context it is given that buyback is happening at par, that means at the same value, then we'll pass the journal entries as share capital account debtor to shareholders and shareholders account debtor to bank. This will be the journal entry when buyback is done in par. Then in certain situations, the buyback can be at premium. At that point of time, we'll pass the journal entry, same journal entry, but we have one more item, that is share capital account debtor, that should be written in the face value, securities premium or reserves debtor to shareholders account. So securities premium or reserves will be the excess payment amount, the premium amount. to shareholders, that is the amount payable to the shareholders. Okay. And now we'll have the payment entry, shareholders account debted to bank account. The third case is for buyback at discount. So at the time of discount, we need to credit the capital reserve account. So the journal entry goes like share capital account debtor with the face value to shareholders account the amount payable to capital reserve account the discount amount, and then shareholders account debtor to bank account. Okay. Then in some situations, there can be certain expenses related to the buyback of equity shares. In that case, we'll pass the journal entry as buyback expenses debted to bank account. So the journal entries are very easy. Just there is a difference in the premium, discount and the par situation. So these are the journal entries for buying back, and at first we saw the journal entries for raising the funds. Okay. Now we'll see question and we'll see how to write the journal entries. So this question is regarding the buyback at par and out of the fresh issue of shares. So we know that at the time of fresh issue of shares, we'll pass the first journal entry, that is bank account debtor to share capital account or debentures account. The first journal entry. And when we come to the buyback at par, we'll pass these two journal entries. Okay, keeping in mind these journal entries, we'll read the question. On 31st March 2014, X Limited has an issued equity share capital of rupees 10 lakh in shares of rupees 10 each fully paid up. So there is a share capital of rupees 10 lakh and one share cost rupees 10. That means that the total number of equity shares of X Limited is 1 lakh. Okay. It has resolved to buy back 20,000 shares at their issue price. So at their issue price means it is at par. So it was issued at rupees 10. It is bought back at their issue price itself, that is at rupees 10 itself. The company issues 10% rupees 100 preference shares to buy back the equity shares. That means there is fresh issue of shares to buy back the equity shares. Give the journal entries on buyback of the shares. So when you get a context like this, what you have to do is you have to first see whether the buyback of equity share is happening through the fresh issue or through the free reserves or securities premium. That is the first thing. Second thing you have to look is whether the buyback is happening at premium, par or at discount. Then the problem will be so easy for you. So in this case, it is clear that it is happening out of fresh issue and also the buyback is happening at par. So let's go to the solution part. So first, we will pass the journal entry for the fresh issue of shares. Fresh issue of shares to raise the fund. So the journal entry goes like bank account debtor to 10% preference share capital account. Okay, we know that we require 20,000 shares. The company need to buy back 20,000 shares at their issue price. Therefore, we have a bank account debtor to 10% preference share capital account. The amount is 2 lakh. Then, next journal entry is, we know that this buyback happens at par. When buyback happens at par, what is the journal entry? Share capital account debtor to shareholders account and shareholders account debtor to bank. So, equity share capital account debtor to equity shareholders account 2 lakh. Payment to be made on buyback of shares is 2 lakh and equity shareholder account debtor to bank. That is the payment to be made to the equity shareholders on buyback is rupees 2 lakh. Okay, so this is a very simple introductory question that you can solve in the case of buyback of equity shares. So I hope the concept of buyback and the meaning of buyback, the conditions of buyback of equity shares, the accounting treatment, and this question is clear to you. Thank you.